So we are here for the NCAA Women's College Crossovers for Saturday, April 26th. VCU defeated 14 Liberty dominated Kansas State, pushing at second quarter 7-1. They win 17-4. Winner 16-5 over Central Connecticut. Behind double overtime, defeat Boston University on 10. Fifth foot 17-13 over Quinnipiac. Jacksonville dominates SCB with a run clock in the second 21-5. And then Townsend 14 over Drexel. Delaware 14-10 over Coast Grain. It was 12-2 in the fourth quarter, but Coast Grain made a big tried to make a big comeback. 14-10, but Delaware cannot do it. And Delaware Coast Grain cannot do it, so he make a 10. We'll come back. Delaware without scoring, Delaware scoring goals. Delaware scored 2 and they made 14-10. Navy defeats Army. In the Army-Navy rivalry, they play in sports like track and field, like outdoor track and field, indoor track and field, like swimming and diving. Soccer, and doing soccer, and doing soccer, they do like neutral states, like I might have thought if Union they did this year. Or they might play at campus states, like one seater, One year might be at Army, one year might be at Navy, like some sports, like basketball. One time you're playing for the Gold Star, like Army or Navy, One of them will be a Gold Star match, one of them will not at one time, And then one time it'll be like the Gold Star match, it'll be at, like for every sport, it'll be at, like Navy 1 year for track and field, it'll be at Army 1 year for track and field, it'll be at, for lacrosse or sport, so. And that's in C Sports Center, Army Navy, whatever it was. Whenever it's a Petri League, sports games, they're not until ESPN. CS Sports Center has the exclusive home to that. ESPN Plus is streaming home. And then we have Vermont 13-year-old women's. Canisius 14 Vermont seniors. Central Michigan 7-6 Arizona State. November and 18 November Coit. Fairleigh Dickinson knocks off Delaware State. Keeps Delaware State winless number 14. 19-2 domination. Man. Then Denver dominates Villanova. Well, not dominates. Fourth quarter is really domination, but the rest of the game was really not. It was close. In Richmond, Oliver George Washington, 19-6. UMass in overtime over UMBC, 11-10. Merciers toward the center, Howard. Hofstra 22-11 Vermont. Hofstra dominated that third quarter. Alright, it wasn't a major domination. Until then, it was 8-all at the half. Still no. 21-7 win over New Haven football score. Sicker hurt 6-4 Ryder. American football score. Davidson 13 over St. Joseph's. Yobany 9 over Brett. In 4 overtimes. Quadruple overtime. Number 3 Syracuse. Defeats number 15 rating 10-9. Number 11 Clemson dominates number 17 Duke 17-5. Massachusetts forces run clock in the fourth quarter on Eastern Michigan with a 14-4 victory. Niagara in overtime wins over Madison 10-9. American received 14-7 Rutgers. Cornell 13-11 over Harvard. St. Bonaventure 16 over George Mason. Number 12 Yale 7-4 over Pennsylvania. Number 24 Pittsburgh was actually under 500. They were still ranked, but then they followed the rankings. Now they're back in the rankings with a win over Louisville, 15-14. They'll probably stay there because of that win. 10-4 over Vanderbilt. Eastern 8-7 win over Old Dominion. Number 22 Georgia dominates Butler. So 18-6. UConn dominates Xavier, 15-6. Radford 10-6 over Gardner-Webb. South Florida 22-11 Charlotte. Number 6, Florida dominates San Diego State 18-6. Virginia under 500 or 61 in this game. Those numbers 8-5, number 10 in the country. This is the ESPN new feature on Women's Lacrosse game. Men's and Women's Lacrosse is never on ESPN 2. Unless it's like the national championship games. Like for Women's Lacrosse. Like you might have, say, NCAA tournament games for men's lacrosse. Women's lacrosse, Like the men's lacrosse, the whole tournament is on ESPN. except for like the championship. Like the semifinals might be on ESPN2. I know semifinals are ESPN2, but the first round of quarterfinals are on ESPNU. And for the men in the semifinals, they're on ESPN2, I believe. Some early rounds might be on like ESPN2. With like say a baseball game. You have no baseball game that they're showing that specifically, on ESPN2 they might move a game to ESPN2 too. They might move some up because of that, for filler time. Fill time up, Now they won't because that's, the women's, the first rounds are not on ESPN. ESPN television, they're on ESPN Plus. The first rounds are and then on ESPN, and then ESPN US has the men's first round. And it's the men's, and even at the women's, I'm surprised they don't do like, featured games with the men, see like ladies, the men's are not, or even have like featured say men's games, and then all the men's games can be on televised networks, televised, and then on ESPN, say TU or ESPN, and say the men's, they put the men's on say ESPN, say the women's, they put them on ESPN News. We even just have like a featured games on ESPN News. Like say, hey, you can watch them all on ESPN. Sprout or they say on ESPN Plus. Rest of them, but there's gonna be a few featured games on ESPN News. Okay, sure. Even that makes sense. Okay, sure. But they don't do that even. The quarterfinals are televised on ESPNU. Semifinals are on ESPNU, and the championship is on ESPN. The championship is on ESPN proper, which is awesome that the championship is on ESPN proper. But then again, when even men's lacrosse is on either on the ECC network, or ESPNU, and then women's lacrosse, it is going to be on ESPNU and EC network too. You have it on ESPN. You have it on you also have it on Big Ten network for like the Big Ten schools, Big Ten Plus. But Big Ten is a big thing in lacrosse here. They have like a separate deal with the Big Ten. They don't show like their big sports, but they show women's lacrosse, men's lacrosse. I'm surprised they don't have like a deal for that for baseball or softball. I'm really surprised by that. Not like Big Ten hockey, I'm really kind of surprised by that, And before they get like a few Big Ten feature hockey games, some Big Ten feature hockey games, a few of them, they get some, I'm kind of surprised by some Big Ten softball games. Even get, I'm surprised they don't. But they do get some Big Ten lacrosse, which they still have a separate small deal for that. So they're kind of a shame, if they show it. The only conference they would show then would be ECC, and maybe Ivy League, because that's where the ranked teams are. Maybe some of the ranked teams in the other conferences, but anyways, we have Lindenwood, 16-14 over Stutz, Duquesne 10-8 over Sun, Princeton, number 20 Princeton, 18-7 Akron 16-6 over Hackwood, 17-12 Furman, Carl, number 16 Carl, 10-5 over Cincinnati, Mercer, dominance, Winter, 19-3, Merrimack, 8-7 over Manhattan, Arizona State, 19 over UCS, Siena, 13-6 over Brown, 12-9 over Durham, number Ohio State, wins the overtime, 11-10 over USC, Longwood, 10-7 over Presbyterian, and Virginia Tech defeats California 10-5.